Hi all, thanks again for joining on Sealed for Good. Today I'm talking about bitumen products, and this one is an oldie for me because it's actually where I started in the industry 30 years ago. And bitumen has been in the waterproofing game for a long time because we actually found that products like bituminous items, asphalt items, were waterproof in their nature, and they've always had a really good sealing property. And we actually started with both a liquid and a sheet membrane many years ago with some innovative technology that was solvent free. But bitumen is a long time ago. It's, you know, if you can go back into some of the old buildings around even the UK and the US and sometimes in Australia, but you'll see old mopped, what they call bitumen mastic, hot bitumen roof felt, all types. There's torch-on membranes, there's peel and stick membranes. But where is bitumen now, and where has it arrived to? Many years ago, bitumen was probably one of the only options out there, and that's where it really started. And then, like all industries, technology started to develop, and modifications of bitumen came about, different chemistry technologies came about, and that opened up the market for many other alternatives. However, bitumen still remains today as one of the primary waterproofing products, particularly for areas like underground applications. And why bitumen is sort of not as popular these days, and I'm going to be very qualified on this because, as I said earlier, this is where I started in my waterproofing industry and cut my teeth, is that bitumen has a lot of limitations. It's, you know, it doesn't work really well when you've got hot climates because it softens, it's got a high softening point, and when you've got really extreme cold climates, it hardens, it stiffens up. So it needs to have that sweet spot. It doesn't handle the extremes of temperature very well. The other issue with bitumen is it tends to bleed, what we call bleed or yellow. So if it comes in contact with other finishes, you can't paint or tile over a bitumen product because you get a yellowing effect, or you have that softening point and they debond. And that, you know, there are some products out there that claim that you can overcome that, and we have seen some of those out there, but a lot of the general products that are out in the marketplace have that limitation. And many applicators or builders still go with bitumen because they see it as the go-to product. And these days it really is an entry point level product. You can sort of get paintable products in a hardware store that you can utilise on a substrate. But some of the higher quality bitumen products are the ones that you see that are either what we call torch-on or self-adhesive. However, there are still limitations with those products because the fact is, when it comes to those extreme temperatures, that's where bitumen is. And many will argue, there's been manufacturers watching this and other suppliers that are going that it's a load of nonsense. But the fact is, there are different technologies. We've seen things like TPO membranes enter the market for roofing as an alternative to bitumens because of the properties they provide. We've seen PVC membranes enter the sheet market as alternative to torch-on bitumens and peel and stick. And so I was asked recently where the prediction was for bitumen products in the next 10 years. Bitumen will always have a place in the market. It will have a place, but it won't be the solution, and we're starting to see that being diluted out there. So there are still companies that sell bitumen. Gripset, we still sell bitumen products, and as I said, they are really entry point items at the moment where we offer them for where there's what we call low risk areas and where you need something that's got high tack, high adhesion, but you don't need a high performance membrane. But where we're going with our technologies now is away from bitumen because we can offer alternatives that provide you with far greater properties in terms of no concern with the hot and cold climates, no bleeding issues, and the one that's the most important that people still overlook is the health and safety concern, because flammable bitumens, solvented bitumens out there are often related to a carcinogenic product. And you need to be aware of the data sheet, the safety data sheet, that the grade that you're using is not a carcinogen. Not all of them are, but there are, when you read the fine print on the safety data sheet, that are hazardous. And be aware of that, and also the flammability and how safe they are to use on site, and the cleanup method. There's a simpler way to go, guys. Gripset are offering lots of alternatives in that space. If you'd like to know more, contact us on 1800 650 435 or get hold of any of our team. Stay tuned because there's lots coming in this space. See you next time.